I love taking pictures and videos on my phone because it's just so easy to share, back it up, or airdrop it to somebody as the event is happening. But whenever I take photos of a special occasion or an event on my big camera, what often ends up happening is my friends and family asking, where are the photos? When are you going to be able to send them over? And that's because the process of taking out the SD card from your camera and then putting it into your laptop's SD card port that is just never reliable, and then trying to transfer those to your laptop with limited storage, trying to upload them to Google Drive to maintain the full quality of the image, and then sharing them with somebody else has become a somewhat tedious process for me, and I believe for many photographers. I've also tried using camera manufacturers apps where you have to connect to the camera's Wi-Fi, but then you're not able to use your phone network to post it without having to go into settings again and then disconnecting from the Wi-Fi and then uploading those photos or sharing them. I just haven't been able to find an optimal way of transferring photos from my camera to my phone as fast as possible until now. As USB-C ports become more and more common, I found that I can just plug a USB-C cable into my camera's USB-C port and the other end into my iPhone's USB-C port, and I'm able to preview images and import them onto my phone pretty much instantaneously. It really doesn't take that long. There are a few prerequisites though. Your camera does need to have a USB-C port that supports data transfer. Your phone needs to have a USB-C port that supports data transfer, preferably one that supports high data transfer speeds. Then you're also going to need a USB-C cable that supports high data transfer speeds to make your experience much better. And once you import it onto your phone, it's just a matter of posting it and sharing it like how you would do with any other photos that you've taken on your phone. Now, if your camera doesn't have a USB-C port, you can still buy something like this. It's an SD card reader with a USB-C port. And this way you can still just take out the SD card from your camera, plug it into the card reader, and then plug the other end into your phone. And this way you can still easily import the photos onto your phone. Now, if your phone doesn't have a USB-C port, you can still buy something like this, where it's an SD card reader with a lightning port. I've carried this around with me for a long time, and it does come in clutch in certain occasions, but what I personally found is that the slow data transfer speeds of the lightning ports are just not really acceptable in a fast-paced environment, but it's still something that you can do to try to make transferring photos, videos from your camera to your phone as easy as possible. One caveat if you're planning on buying the latest iPhone 15 is that the regular 15 version doesn't actually have a high speed data transfer on their USB-C port. It's still the speed of the lightning port that we used to have. So, only the Pro model has 10 gigabits per second USB-C port. That might be something you want to take into consideration when making your next phone purchase. Now, of course, this doesn't include the cases where you want to edit photos on your computer and do some post-processing. But for day-to-day occasions and where what you're taking photos of or videos of are not for a client, this is definitely a great use case that you can take advantage of.